This scenario looks like policy work, but it is not.
It is an executive alignment problem. When the C-suite is deadlocked, drafting the document first usually makes the politics worse.
You're the CHRO of a global technology firm embarking on the large-scale integration of generative AI into its products and internal operations. The CEO is championing this initiative, eager to highlight the company's responsible AI adoption, but significant internal dissent has emerged. The CTO, the general counsel, and the head of sales are all at odds. The executive team is deadlocked, and the CEO expects you to lead the effort within the next 2 months, before a critical board meeting. As the CHRO, what is the most effective initial action to build the necessary strategic coalition for the AI governance framework?
We are going to walk through each option and show why it is either the best answer, a correct answer but not the best, or a wrong answer.
What is this question actually testing at the SCP level?
At the SHRM-SCP level, this is relationship management under pressure. The exam is asking whether you can build a coalition when you do not have direct authority over peers.
So what is the most defensible first move here?
The best first action is to architect a coalition building process, a cross-functional working group with named deputies, co-chaired with legal, to define the shared principles before anyone drafts policy language.
How do you separate the real problem from all the noise in this scenario?
Context engine means separating the real decision from the noise. The noise is the deadline, ESG pressure, and competitor chatter. The core imperative is building shared ownership among executives who do not trust each other on this topic.
Why doesn't the CEO memo approach work here?
Option A is an adversarial trap. A CEO memo looks decisive, but it creates compliance theater, surface agreement without real buy-in. Peers nod, then resist. You lose relational capital and the framework becomes fragile in execution.
What about benchmarking competitors first? That feels productive.
Option D is an execution trap. Benchmarking feels productive, but it dodges the real work. The constraint is not missing information. The constraint is missing alignment and shared accountability.
One-on-ones with each executive first? That seems like a reasonable relationship-building move.
Option C is a sequencing error. One-on-ones are useful, but leading with private deals creates disconnected commitments. You end up brokering politics instead of building a unified enterprise frame.
How do you know this working group approach will hold up under scrutiny later?
Strategic governor is the "can we defend this later" test. A working group is foundational because it addresses the deadlock. It is systemic. It creates a repeatable governance pattern. It is defensible because you can explain documented stakeholder inclusion to the board, legal, employees, regulators, or the Works Council.
What are the concrete next steps once the working group is established?
Next steps are simple. Publish a short charter, define decision rights, agree on non-negotiables versus design space, and run 2 structured meetings. First, to align on principles and risks. Second, to translate principles into guardrails.
How do you explain this process defensibly if challenged later?
Your defensible story is, we convened the right stakeholders early, surfaced constraints, documented trade-offs, and built shared principles before drafting a policy. Build the table before you serve the meal. Memorize less, understand more.